Welcome to the Women in Leadership Body, Soul, Mind, and Business podcast. I'm Charlie.
And I'm Heather, and together we are working to connect women in leadership and business, empowering each other, improving the health and wellness of our community, body, soul, and mind. And today we are on location.
Yeah, it's kind of a different location. We are not actually meeting with a business partner in town this week or this episode, but what we are doing is we are bringing to you some information about meditating with on a labyrinth or a walking meditation.
So that's what's behind us.
Behind us is the downtown Arlington Labyrinth. And so we would like to share some tips and tricks with you today on what is a labyrinth?
Where did it come from?
Where did it come from? Is there a
Why
certain
would
way
you
to
do
walk it? And why? So Heather pulled up some really awesome information for us.
So a labyrinth is actually an ancient practice. I didn't know how old it was. I mean, I knew that there were some like in medieval times, knew about them, but I didn't really know about them, right? So it's a place for spiritual center and contemplation and prayer. You enter the serpentine path and you walk slowly while quieting your mind and focusing on a spiritual question or a prayer.
Right. And so I have seen all kinds of different shaped labyrinths. They're all not all circles. This one's a circle, but they're not all circles. But it's a winding path that kind of interweaves within itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think of like Celtic knotwork, but not overlapping.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or it's just like a maze that has one beginning and one end, and you can't get lost in the middle.
Nope.
There's no like weird dead end paths or anything.
Right.
So it's a form of active meditation, which is awesome because we've been talking about different kinds of meditation. And so I thought that's really cool because I think active meditation is the easiest for us to tap into. It's harder to quiet when we're still. So I think, finding something you can do actively is always awesome.
And like I mentioned before, if you don't have a labyrinth nearby to visit, maybe make a special trip of it, or, just go for a walk.
Actually, there is a whole labyrinth society. I was like, what? So we'll drop the link to that because I had no idea. It's like a nonprofit organization to help you find labyrinths near you.
That's really cool. We're gonna have to look and see if
where there's more labyrinths, right? Like I didn't know that. I was like, this is cool.
We learn new things every day. That's super fun.
Oh, that's funny. A labyrinth is not a maze. It has no blind alleyways or dead ends. That's funny.
That's exactly what you said.
Right? I don't know how to say that word. It's
unicursal, which means one line, meaning there's only one path to the center and back out.
And there's no set time limit for how you do it. Like I know that Charlie's legs are longer than mine. So I was like, you go first on the path, right? That just makes sense. Otherwise she's going to end up passing me or I'm slowing her down so she can get into her own zone. So that's just our legs difference.
Yeah. And another thing to remember is that it's not a race.
Right.
Okay. Slow down, take some deep breaths, really, really enjoy the process.
Right. So a labyrinth symbolizes the journey to a predetermined destination, such as a pilgrimage or a holy site, or a journey through life from birth to spiritual awakening to death. Labyrinths can be made of stone, wood, plants, such as hedges or other materials, and they may even be painted on the floor. So you could like tape one out if you wanted. Like there's no wrong way to do this. Like if it's a line.
It's a line.
Yeah. It's been around since ancient Greek. The labyrinth at a place called
Knossos
in
Crete
has mythological Greek mythology, and labyrinths are also present in Hindu and Hopi images, along with many others, including Christianity. They had like when you would take the pilgrimage, your final destination in the Middle Ages would have been to walk the labyrinth at the church that you're pilgrimaging to. So, and when I was looking it up online, a lot of the labyrinths are at churches, indoor, outdoor, because they use it as part of prayer time. So
it comes back to that point of focus, right?
Yeah.
Which we've been talking about.
it's great. It's like
Single
it's like
point
we planned it, but we didn't. The universe did. We got this. We just tapped into
we just go with it.
go stay in focus.
We're good.
So there's no set ritual for walking the labyrinths, but there, of course, there are books and lectures and things that you can learn more about if you want to. But essentially, is to slowly, calmly clearing your mind, walk and repeat a prayer or chant or calming message to yourself.
In yoga, you often hear the sound om, and that om, that is the sound of the universe. Even if you look at NASA's radio waves of the sound of the universe, that's the sound it makes. Is that
the vibration?
Yeah.
It's not just saying om. It's
So that vibration is that universal
and
sound.
when you really feel that vibration, you're doing it right.
It's so cool.
It is
Yeah.
cool. Like my
So
teeth were just like vibrating. I was like, that feels really weird.
so that's why in yoga we use om, but there's many other sounds you could use. If you have a Christian background, you can go amen or whatever that looks like to you.
Oh
Yeah.
Because there's no wrong way.
There's no wrong way.
If there's a verse you're trying to memorize,
Yeah, you
something
can
you're
repeat
really
it over
like
and over. Your own
sit-
mantra.
Yeah.
You can repeat your mantra over and over again. Yeah, it's super cool.
It is cool. So reaching the center, pause to reflect, pray, and listen for an answer or profound revelation, and then return. Continuing to keep that calm and quiet and prayer. And it can be done with one person or many people. So like church congregations, I was watching some videos where like the whole congregation is walking at the same time in prayer. Like that's really cool and powerful because everyone's doing it together. Like so the community piece of doing it, I like that's
that
cool.
connection. That connectedness.
And there's also books, of course. Walk the Sacred Path is one. It can help you learn more about them. The author is a psychotherapist and Episcopal priest.
Lauren Artest.
Lectures widely on labyrinths and walking labyrinths. She explores the history and significant meaning and image of labyrinth. They explain. So that's pretty cool. Like, so if they're, I saw some that would have like you walk the outline of the cross and the more in the center of the labyrinth, all kinds. I was like, this is really cool. I had no idea.
Right.
New things are cool.
New things are cool.
So benefits, right? Like we all want to know
why should we do this? Why?
It's actually surprisingly calming and clarifying your thoughts. Even if you don't have a spiritual side, the slowing and intentionally walking in a quiet set path for that level of focus can help you, when life is being difficult.
Ground yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's grounding. It's grounding, earthing, right? The basics of it.
The path of the traditional charta's design weaves back and forth and takes you seemingly close to the destination at the center, then sends you off on many more zigzags before you once again appear to be nearing the center. This one behind us, you start on the path and you go all the way around the circle this way. Then you get a little closer to the middle and you go all the way around the other way and back and forth.
I didn't realize how much it looped until we were walking.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is cool.
Yeah.
It was
and then
cool.
you get to the middle and they have a couple stones set there that you can sit on for that contemplative piece. And then you can make that return journey, which I think is just as important, if not more important, than the journey to the center. Yeah, because we're finding our path.
Right. And
literally.
You find your way out.
And you find your way out.
You find your way out as you walk. Just keep one foot in front of the other. Eventually you find your way out of darkness.
Yay, life metaphors. I love it.
So if you wanted to, you could set up one indoors. I thought this was cool, maybe in a darkened room with candle lighting, setting a calm and reflective moods, or outdoors in a shelter area surrounded by trees. We love it here. This is a local park, and it actually has a long trail that some of our friends walk on a regular basis.
This is actually part of the Arlington Art Walk.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's really cool. And you should check out the Meet Me in Arlington page and see more cool things you can do while you're here. But this is just one of them.
This is just one of them.
Yeah.
This is just in town in Arlington. I'm sure there's more to do in surrounding areas and in your area, whatever that looks like for you. So
it was really cool that there is a Labyrinth society that you can look up your local labyrinth.
The worldwide labyrinth locator.
I thought it was worldwide.
Worldwide labyrinth.
Worldwide. We have this for everyone. I thought that was really cool.
That is really cool.
I checked it out and I copied the links, so they'll be down below. Check them out. Yeah. And it is been an amazing quarter so far.
It has.
I know that it's a hard topic, talking about what the Tears Foundation does.
Yeah.
But they're a really amazing organization, and we talk a lot about these things on our podcast. So on a positive light, they're making changes in the world for teaching women how to care for their infants when they're, families when they're born, so that they survive infancy at a higher rate.
Yes.
Which is very exciting. And locally and not locally, we're putting together some baskets for this charity gala coming up. So if you have anything you would want to donate, please do. If you would like to come and hang out with us, we're going to be there in Roaring 20s attire and having a good time.
And we would absolutely love to have you join us at the table. It would be so fun. To find out more information, make sure you check out the links to the Tears Foundation. It is a great cause, helping support families in their most dire time of need, because nobody plans for these things to happen, and they're just amazing.
It's good that there's resources.
There's resources available. 1 in 4 women have experienced child loss,
and it isn't talked about.
No, it's not.
And I know that this week was Rainbow Baby Day.
Rainbow Baby Day.
Yeah, and I know that that's a hard day for a lot of moms.
And so your rainbow baby is your first live child after a loss. That's your rainbow baby. And the reason is because going through that grief process is so hard, and so dark, and so painful. When your rainbow baby comes,
it's like a ray, like the light is just shattering in front of you, so it becomes rainbows.
It becomes rainbows.
It's perfect for it. I love you. Okay. So, so much going on here on the podcast. Be sure you are checking out the website www.womeninleadershipbsmb.com. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube, because we are going to drop some really cool pictures of us walking the labyrinth and our time on the labyrinth. We did a time lapse, but that was really funny. So we'll throw it up there for a funny, but we did. Yeah. So you can check out more of this labyrinth, and we'd love to see pictures of labyrinths that you have found in your local area. That would be really cool.
That would be great. Post pictures of the labyrinth near you, or the links to them in the comments below. We'd love to just share the love of labyrinths.
Yeah, it's such a neat experience if you've never experienced one. So
all right.
I really enjoyed this. Thank you so much, Charlie.
Thank you. It's awesome.
Thank you for joining us today on the Women in Leadership Body, Soul, Mind, and Business podcast.
We love you. Namaste.
Namaste. Mwah.